Welcome, business owners, to 2025 here. We are going to go over some of our tax deadlines so we can hopefully pay the least amount in fees this next year. If you don't know me, I'm Tim with Cornerstone CPA. I'm the operations partner here. We do bookkeeping, tax, and tax planning. And we're going to go over our 2025 tax deadlines specifically for business owners. So, in January, getting this started off here, first off, all of this information comes from the IRS publication 509. In case you're wondering what the IRS's calendar looks like, that is what it looks like, and it is just about as exciting as you would think it is. We have a few big deadlines for here in January. On the 15th, we have our fourth quarter estimated payments. If you make estimated payments, that's obviously when they are due for this fourth quarter here for the end of 2024. I'm actually going to make a video later here about, is there a business case for potentially not doing quarterly payments and then paying the extra fee and using that money for other things. That'll be interesting to see if there is or if there isn't for your particular business. A big one in January that we're doing, because we help a lot of our clients with 1099s, is that at the end of this month, or the end of January, we'll be filing our 1099s. That is when they are due electronically, which is how most of them are filed. So that is when they are going to be going out to all of your contractors who make more than $600, as of currently make more than $600 and are not S corps, corporations, or large companies. So moving down into February. So if you are filing paper copies of your 1099s or W-2s, you have till February 28th. And then this is really important because obviously this helps your employees, your independent contractors and employees actually file their stuff accurately and on time. If you do not turn it in on time, they will be hassling you for that. That is definitely something that can get a little dicey because they're trying to get their taxes done by their deadlines. All right, March 15th here, we have the official due date of the S corps partnerships, and depends, and basically just your S corps and your partnerships, anything that's on a calendar year, that's going to be in this time frame right here. We handle several businesses like this, and we handle several that get done at this time. A lot of them do choose to extend, but if you're not going to extend, March 15th, 2025 is your day to be getting your S corps and your partnerships done. And then also electing as an S corp by doing the Form 2553, which we do a lot of that helping our clients become S corps if it makes sense for them to do so. I have a video on a basic calculator which takes a very high level view to see if becoming an S corp is actually a smart idea or not for your business. And that video is specifically for service businesses because real estate businesses have other considerations, and I have not made that video yet. The big one that everybody knows about, April 15th, as quote-unquote tax deadline day. Fun side note, technically this March is a deadline day too, and April, and being a tax firm, there's about 6 or 7 tax deadline days that there are throughout the year, and because we also do nonprofits, which we're not even mentioning here. But yeah, this is the big one here. This is for your 1040s. And this is if you are on a calendar year on 11/20. Also, going to be for your 1040s and your single member LLCs. Specifically, they're called Schedule Cs, but that's if you are not an S corp. If you're an LLC and don't know if you're an S corp or not, you're very likely not an S corp, and therefore you'll be filing at the normal April 15th deadline right there, unless of course you choose to file an extension from there. So in June, just simple, we have just the quarterly payments, really straightforward. For the second quarter, that's if you're making your own estimated quarterly payments. Again, that 1040 ES voucher that is going to be on your tax return. And if you're a business owner and your income is fluctuating, you should be calculating off that if you're going to pay those quarterlies, calculating that amount and then paying it for that quarter. September 15th. We're all the way into September now. If you're in Washington State, it's been gorgeous throughout the summer. Right now it's not because it is middle of winter, but by September 15th it will be. So September 15th is a big deadline day for our S corps and our partnerships, and also our third quarter estimated payments. It is quite a busy time actually. So there's no additional extension. I'm making a video also on extensions as well. You have one extension that you're doing, and it brings you from a business owner, from a S corp or partnership, from March 15th, and it pushes you to then it has to be done by September 15th. Now it could be done before then. Please, you can get it done before then. But then September 15th is your next day to then actually turn in the return. If it is not turned in that day, unless there's some crazy circumstances, which are very rare, you have not filed. So, and then you're going to be getting additional penalties for that. We're going to be making another video talking about the different penalties the IRS has. The IRS has a penalty for just about everything. And the penalties for not filing are pretty extreme, especially for partnerships and S corps. They're not friendly. I would not recommend it at all. There is potentially a business case for late paying estimated quarterly payments. There is almost no business case I can see, in my opinion, of not filing your S corp or your partnership returns. So, and then for October 15th, again, if you extended your personal return, then you have till October 15th for the individuals, and the C corps, again, that's if their calendar year, but also that'd be your Schedule C businesses. And so that's what that one happens in October. And then by December, we just have December 31st, which is for making any sort of your estimated or any sort of your tax planning. So realistically, tax planning, this isn't an IRS deadline, but should be happening right after September into October, November, so you can actually make some changes. This one I really recommend for you to actually start doing tax planning, because too many people are hustling right at the end of the year, December 31st, to try to get their tax planning done, because any sort of changes you want to have happen in your tax, for the most part, have to be done within that same year, unless there are some contributions to IRAs or some contribution things that can happen later before January 15th of then 26. But primarily, most of your tax planning things that you do, they make your business look so the IRS will charge you less taxes, has to be done by December 31st. So, there are a few special side notes here. If you are a fiscal year business, which most businesses, at least most S corps, most partnerships are not. A handful of C corps are, a handful of C corps are not. But if you're a fiscal year, then your deadlines are all different based on when your fiscal year is, but you have the same sort of ratios of when your fiscal year ends. You have so many days, 2.5 months, to basically then turn in your return. If you don't, then you can extend it for another 6 months beyond then. And then you also have your state deadlines and all those payments, which are entirely different than this here. A lot of states try to make them line up to make it one less deadline you have to remember. And then also these can be adjusted for weekends, holidays. Although all the major deadlines here are on the days they are, because this is based off of the IRS publication 509, which is their calendar for what is going on this next year. So, what are some challenges you are facing as a business owner? Please put them down in the comments. I'd love to make some more videos about those, answering particular questions. This is Tim with Cornerstone CPA. Again, we do bookkeeping, tax, and tax planning for business owners. And then we obviously do taxes for individuals as well. Please have a good one. Thank you. Bye.